Started the 2017 season. I'm on my way down to the Appalachian Trail. We're heading to the Grayson Highlands this year. Very excited. Weather, as you can see, is good. Looks like it's going to be halfway decent the entire trip, and even beyond that, Bob is along for the ride. You may recall Bob from the starring role he played in the 4 Pass loop video from 2015. Notice he's
studying,
checking his trail guide like we all should before one of these trips. Heading towards Damascus, Virginia. We're going to be doing a southbound hike this time. It's going to be about 50 miles, 4 days. The start of the 2017 season. Appalachian Trail once again. Can't wait. Hope you enjoy the trip.
Yeah, I wanted to order a medium pizza with ham, pepperoni, bacon, and chorizo. Okay, great. We'll be there in about 30. All right, we're looking forward to it.
Bonus. Well, you saw Bob ordering the pizza in the car. What you didn't know was we ordered it from Miguel's Pizza in the Red River Gorge area. We'd called in our order and should be ready to go.
Oh yeah. This is going here. I wonder if they forgot to put it in, or maybe they messed it up or something.
Oh my God.
It's hot. I know it's hot.
We made it to the Quality Inn and Suites in Abingdon, Virginia. We got a 9 o'clock shuttle out of Damascus. It's going to take us up to Dickey Gap. So far, good start to the trip. Very excited to get the hiking going tomorrow. Bob's suffering from a little bit of pack anxiety here.
This is like the 5th time I've repacked this thing.
It's been fun to watch. It's the morning of our 2nd day of the trip, first trail day today. We're going to start with the traditional backpacker breakfast and then 11 miles or so over to Damascus and pick up the shuttle there and then head up to where we're going to start on the trail up north and then hike back south into Damascus. Really a gorgeous day, not a cloud in the sky. Good day to start the Appalachian Trail, April 2017. Heading to the Huddle House. Decisions.
There's too many options.
All good.
Yeah.
Oh man, traditional last meal, so to speak, was pretty darn tasty. Next stop, Damascus. Here we go. We've arrived at Mount Rogers Outfitters. And they're closed. And they don't open till 9, which is when our shuttle is. Anyways, we're in Damascus, so we're gonna walk around and explore a little bit and wait for them to open. Getting ready to go. MRO just opened. Met our shuttle driver and final gear preparations on an absolutely glorious day in Damascus. That is one well-worn shuttle seat.
And this is where you'll come down and cross the road to go over to the Creeper Trail.
That's it.
This is Dickey Gap.
Dickey Gap, wow.
Please watch your step when you're getting out of the van. You do not want to start your hike with a twisted ankle.
All right, hey, thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Appreciate the ride.
Y'all have a good hike.
All right, thanks.
Oh yeah.
We are officially hiking the Appalachian Trail. Bob's taking selfies. He's like a tourist out here. Absolutely gorgeous day. It's probably in the mid-60s right now. They say it's going to go to the mid-70s, not a cloud in the sky. There's this kind of a certain magical feeling about hiking the Appalachian Trail. It's a special one, and you feel it when you're out here. We're just getting started, got about 10 miles today. hopefully it'll keep going just like this, but it's off to a good start.
And I never know where I'm at. I don't have a book or nothing, so I sand some rocks, and I thought I need to damn go emergency mode, you know. So pick a little guitar, try to make a little money, keep going.
Okay.
That's what I've been doing, playing on the streets, funding my trip. The trail knocked me off a few times, but I got back on it.
Good for you. All right, well, good luck. About 1.2 miles into the hike, and this is the first notable landmark on the trail guide after Dickey Gap. Pretty cool. Good sounds, loud.
Ending off the bears with your sword.
That's the plan.
Well, we've reached the next significant milestone up there. That is the Dickey Gap Trail to U.S. Forest Service Hurricane Campground. Which is, you're looking at this trail guide when you're at home, and it's just like a bunch of references on here. But when you're out here, and there's another 1.2 miles, so we're 2.4 miles into it. That's a significant amount of effort. To go 2 lines on the trail guide is a significant amount of effort. It's been relatively flat, fairly easy, and we got that big bad boy coming here, which is basically a 1,500 foot climb from where we are right now. And then right there, Old Orchard Shelter, way over there on the right side of that page. That's where we're staying for the night. We will be camping approximately 1,000 feet higher than this, after climbing for 1,500 feet, descending for 1,000, and then going back up 500
We were
feet.
hiking in drifts up to their thighs.
Really?
It was cold.
Wow, and when was that?
That was mid-March. Started March 1st.
Okay.
Around the beginning of March, and they managed to catch a lot of snow up there. And so I figured I would get better weather in the Smokies in May. The weather was basically the reason, and then the other advantages, I had pretty much every place to myself until about a week ago when I started meeting northbound.
Yep. I think this is the start of the more significant climb of the day. Terrain's not too bad. If it stays like this, it's manageable. Temperature's definitely warming up. Still very pleasant. I'm guessing 70 maybe. Humidity's not bad. And everybody we've been passing, clearly they've been having a lot of rain because they're all commenting about so nice to see the sun for once. I think we're definitely on a 1,500 foot climb. I don't know if you can see the terrain real well, but we're heading up there. Straight up this slot. We got a ways to go. This is a 1,500 footer, which, you know, isn't huge by Colorado Rocky standards, but it's about as big as we're going to get in Virginia probably. So. Oh man. Except I didn't see what you did. All right. How did you do that?
Hey, be really careful.
Well, which one?
Right there, yeah.
I'm not doing this with the camera. This is the trail up to the Hurricane Creek shelter. That's where we came from. I got a feel for the terrain, how steep it is. 750 feet per mile or so elevation gain. My limit for being able to handle it without too many breaks is about 500 feet per minute. And it's still beautiful, but it's getting warm. Nice little breeze though, it's probably 75 after what seemed like forever. And that's the path up to the shelter. That went on forever and it was steep. It was about 750 vertical feet per mile, but it was really steep in some sections, and we're gonna cool off and get rehydrated, get something to eat, and then keep going. We've got, I think, about another 400 vertical feet to the top of this mountain. Then we go down and then we go up again to the shelter we're actually gonna stay at. Bob is doing the gravity filtration thing.
Gravity's the way.
And he looks like he's working at it about as hard as I want to, but I don't have such a system. I sort of feel obligated to go up and take pictures of it for all of you people. so just remember that. That's a 1/10 of a mile uphill more is extra bonus miles. Just soaked my shirt in that stream, which is at about 32 degrees, I think, and I put it on. It about stopped my heart from the shock. This is the hurricane shelter, or what I thought was the Hurricane Mountain shelter, but oh, it is Hurricane Mountain shelter. Nice, fairly new. It's got a privy. We're in Virginia after all. We're no longer in Tennessee and North Carolina where there are no privy. Beautiful fire pit, kind of nice view. Gorgeous place. Not really much place for tenting though. If the next shelter's like this, that might be a little bit of an issue, and it is on the side of a mountain, so it might be very much like this. Who knows? We may be staying in, sleeping in the shelter for the first time in my Appalachian Trail career. Oh yeah, we're talking the tent sites are over here somewhere.
Over here?
Yeah, opposite side of the trail, so I don't know if that means like where we're sitting. Pretty good. Climb continues after Hurricane Mountain shelter. And it's hot. That's the terrain we're in. We figure that's probably about a little over half the steepness of the grade coming up to Hurricane Mountain shelter. You can see I'm sweating a little bit. It's more from the heat than anything. When you get in the sun, we're exposed to the sun because there's not a lot of leaves on the trees yet. It bakes you. Temperature's probably in the mid to upper 70s. Beautiful day unless you happen to be carrying a big heavy pack on first day of the Appalachian Trail up a big mountain. One of the concerns we have stumbled upon is tenting. We're planning on tenting at Old Orchard Shelter. The guidebook indicates no tenting spaces. A little bit of concern about what we'll find when we get there, but cross that bridge when we get to it, so to speak. Notice these two trails. That's the Cherry Tree Shelter Trail and the Iron Mountain Trail down there. Both go downhill. Appalachian Trail goes straight. See the white blaze? Uphill. I think we're at a point, where we can see the highest point of terrain. So I think we're reaching the top of the climb. Then we got a 1,000-foot descent, which will hurt in an entirely different way. And then another lesser climb up to the shelter for the end. I'm sitting in this spot, very quiet, peaceful spot, partly because I've got one tree width worth of shade, which feels much better than you might think for only being one tree width worth. But there's a little breeze as well. It really feels nice. Really took a toll on the legs on that climb up to Hurricane Mountain Shelter, and even though we took a break, the legs are at that point with how early it is in the hiking season, how heavy the packs are, and how difficult the trail is, that they're kind of going, you might want to think about being done for the day. Another lesson for you, all of you planning this kind of stuff, is you might want to keep that first day a little shorter when your pack's super heavy and just getting yourself used to the trail. Well, as anticipated, this is the summit of that climb. That was a pretty rough climb. And just to put it in context, the trail threw a 1,000-footer at me last year on the first day, Unica Mountain, but this was about 1,500 feet. It was memorable. It wasn't anywhere as steep as Unica Mountain. That was one for the ages, but this one, what it gave you was distance and continuous uphill, some of it fairly steep. We're heading down now, about 1,000 feet in the next couple miles. Got about 3 miles to go from here. So there's a deer right here who seems to be almost totally unconcerned with our presence. First large animal sighting. You got big ears. You got big goofy ears. Bird's eye view crossing this bridge. This is always a big deal. First road crossing today. Bob's taking selfies. Shamelessly. Gorgeous day, huh? That was the end of that downhill. We have one more significant uphill. About 500 vertical feet in a mile, roughly. Not too steep, but the beauty is that's the last one, and that's where the shelter is. Got a little over a mile to go for day number 1. We're looking for the escalator. We're about half mile, probably halfway up this climb. Last climb of the first day. It's varied from gradual uphill to more severe uphill, but all uphill. Oh, we're hitting a intersection here. Is this the shelter? Oh, that would be too much to hope for. Oh, that's the Old Orchard Trail. Whatever that is. Appalachian Trail, of course, goes straight and up, as always. Well, anyways, we're closing in on shelter at the end of the hiking for day number 1. So, whew, those are brand new signs.
He's gonna make double down.
That's funny.
Make doubles and multivitamins.
That's the way to do it. Probably not a bad plan to add the multivitamins to the mix. Yeah,
It's like a $20 resupply.
Yeah, you can make it work. Yeah, we met a
Partially.
guy who said you could get lost up there. You gotta be paying
Oh
attention to what
yeah,
you do.
dude, I've gotten lost twice today. It's just all pony trails and farmland, and everything looks the same.
This area is pretty cool, but the really cool thing is listen to this. It's like a stream running underneath it or something. Trails sort of become a stream, but the good news is there's the shelter. Old Orchard Shelter, and looks like plenty of good camping spots around. Made it to home for night number 1. Bob's gonna be there, and I'm gonna be right here, and nice little fire area. Shelter's kind of up there. Beautiful little spot. Look at this. Oh, we'll just throw our stuff down. We gotta get some water. That'll be priority number 1, and then time for the pack, the real pack explosion. Well, here we are at the Old Orchard Shelter. Got a little fire ring set up, and I've already had some Advil, which is the second greatest invention known to man, followed only by the greatest invention known to man, Durox R4, which I have gleefully consumed here to replenish my spent legs. We'll have a fire going tonight. We're set up our camp. Really, really nice area. Highly recommended, and feels awfully good to be here. Cheers. Yep, still using Aquamira for the camp water. And finally, a sip of adult beverage to celebrate a good long day on the AT. Very nice after a long day. Just getting the cheddar cheese spread prepared. Precise measurements on the water. About 30 minutes, let it rehydrate, and Bob and I will be enjoying our cheddar cheese spread on some Ritz crackers at Old Orchard Shelter on the AT. Okay, Bob has decided he wants a little sip of adult beverage. This is the cup he gives me. My cup? Bob's cup. By the way, I don't bring that much adult beverage with me. Oh, man. Well, here, sir, let me serve you. No, you can stay right there, Bob. You just stay right there.
Oh, you are my new best friend.
Think about it, like, they had shots where him and his buddies were, like, they'd set the camera up, and then they'd walk, like, past the trail.
The late evening view of the privy at the Old Orchard Shelter. Our tents are right, finger up here in that area. Tenting is all basically where we are and down the hill from there. And then there's a shelter.
2,000 calories short of what I really needed to get to Damascus. You can pitifully ask them for their
I didn't
food.
ask for anything. I just said I hadn't tried
Well,
that before. I just needed an appetizer.
Yeah, there's no meat in that though. It's
If I'm really
veggie.
hungry, I eat two.
That would be the only drawback. That was a mistake I made when I started.
I
didn't
did
have
try
very
the
much
pasta
protein.
sides, and they're okay. They make this nice,
The
big,
next,
heavy, gloppy.
You know, as soon as I
thing.
figured that out, it was all tuna packets, chicken packets, and beef jerky, and
Protein
They
supplement.
see us coming down and they're like,
hikers!
and everybody looks around like, the fuck are we? Like, you know, they kind of recognize each other. And you're like, hikers!
Cooling off
Fire,
nicely.
I'm on fire duty
You're
now.
on fire duty, man. You got all that.
You had cooking
unbelievable-
duty, so it's only fair.
Thank you guys. Oh, you're welcome.
Good night, gentlemen.
Good night.
Night.
Thanks for the fire. You're welcome.
Wow, even before hiker midnight.
Morning. Second morning on the AT. Beautiful morning, but I don't know if you can hear it, but windy. Made sleeping a little difficult, but I think I was tired enough. It was actually got some pretty good sleep. Today's the big day, I guess, for this trip. We're heading over the Grayson Highlands. If all goes according to plan, we'll be ending the day at the Thomas Knob shelter. This is going to be the most scenic day for sure of the trip, and it looks, at least right now, like it's going to be a really nice day. As we talked to a number of the through hikers yesterday going northbound, many of them had gone over the Grayson Highlands section in complete fogged in, rain, mist, cold weather, no views. So I don't think that's going to be the situation for us. Get the day going. Second day on the Appalachian Trail to the Grayson Highlands today. Looking forward to it.
Needed to show you something in the morning as we're getting going on things. The privy. I know, I'm putting privy scenes in all of my videos lately. This appears to be an Americans with Disability Act compliant privy. And that just got me thinking. It's like, I just started to wonder about whether that was just a little bit of overkill in terms of compliance. It is, by the way, a beautiful privy, and having done the Roan Highlands section last year where there was only one privy in that whole stretch, it's really nice having them. And you know, the beauty of it is, even with all of that extra cost and effort that went into making it compliant, they did it, they put it in. I am extremely appreciative that it's here and that they went to the effort to do it, even if it might have been a little overkill on federal regulation. Second day on the Appalachian Trail. First cup of Dunkin' Donuts coffee. Awfully good way to start the second day on the AT heading over to Grayson Highlands, so love it. Frosted Flakes with Nito. Pretty good. Our camp is torn down, geared up, ready to go for day number 2 on the Appalachian Trail. We start with a 1,000-foot climb. The rest of this climb we started yesterday. Here we go, day number 2 on the Appalachian Trail. Should be a good one.
30 seconds into the hike, I already almost turned the wrong way.
Yeah, Bob almost got us lost right out before we even got out of camp. He didn't realize this trail up to the shelter was the AT. That's Old Orchard Shelter. Pretty cool. Heading uphill, start the day. Climb continues. Trail has gotten rougher, but it actually isn't too bad. It's kind of enjoyable. A little bit of bouldering every once in a while. It's kind of a wild little thing. Bob came upon, it's a rock, all the roots wrapped around the rock, and then you got a little stream going down through there. This is what the trail has become. It's rough and slow going. Unless I misread the guidebook, it was 2.3 miles from Old Orchard Shelter back there to the top, and it was 800 vertical feet, which is a really gentle grade. but this is pretty much what it's been like, which is more like about 800 vertical feet per mile. Sometimes the guidebook leaves you scratching your head, but this is a lot steeper grade than it should be just based on it, unless I misread something. I gotta believe we're getting relatively close to the top, but the trail's gotten really rocky like this, pretty much non-stop, and it's slow going because you got to watch where your feet are. It's some of the rocks are slippery. Look at this area that we find ourselves hiking in. Well, you can see a lot of the sections of trails actually sort of become the stream. Don't see a lot too much more higher terrain, so hopefully up there is the top. Been a long climb and a lot steeper than we thought it was. Well, a couple significant things about this. This is top of the climb, so it makes you happy. Haven't had many views, so maybe we'll get some views here. You can also see what the weather's doing. Clouds have moved in. Doesn't look like it's any threatening rain, but problem is it's got kind of a haze to the whole thing, which will make the pictures not quite as good on Grayson Highlands, which is kind of a bummer, but glad that climb is over. Whew, that was a rough way to start the morning. Still a couple miles from Grayson Highlands State Park. We came out on this. Haven't had many views, so you kind of come out in an open spot like this, and it's kind of a cool little area, I think, as we start getting closer to Grayson Highlands State Park. So I think you start getting an image of what that's going to look like, which will be pretty neat. Those are apparently wild ponies just on the other side of the fence. Getting close to the Grayson Highlands, the AT goes right up that hill, that ridge, and it's apparently right on the other side of it. Also, one thing, a good thing to note is that's actually a bathroom, probably a privy type bathroom, but there's a wastebasket. We're heading up the ridge, a little steeper than it probably looks. I think we're heading generally up there. The sign back there said the state park was, start of the state park was 3 miles. What's really neat is just being out in the open again. Been in the trees so long, it's kind of cool to just be out in there. It's not so hot. Nice breeze. Dead kitty's probably knocking the wind noise down, but it's probably 20-mile-an-hour breeze. Pleasant hiking right now, very pleasant. So get this climb done, get over to Grayson Highlands State Park. AT's sort of become a pond right here, so we're heading off to the right. A little route finding through the pond. See how Bob negotiates this like a pro. Woo. I didn't do it quite that gracefully. This is what we're hiking in. It's a little, it's certainly got a lot of rain here lately, and it's a little rough, slow going. We made it to the Wise shelter. We're gonna make this a lunch stop. So here's the setting. We're within Grayson Highlands State Park now. Just the entrance is literally just down there about 100 yards. And you're not allowed to set up tents within the state park. So they have a sign, big sign that says no camping around the shelter area. What's interesting though is just down 100 yards is a big open field that's not in the Grayson Highlands State Park with a number of established campsites. If you're ever in the area and you see the note in the guidebook that you can't set up tents around here, realize that like the same distance from here to the privy is open tenting area about 100 yards away. So you could still make use of the shelter and set your tent up over there. The other thing you may notice, weather is getting a lot more threatening. Clouds are getting more dark and they're getting more consistently dark. We'll see, we might be getting into some weather. We're in Grayson Highlands State Park. I think it's about 4 miles to the other side, and just beyond the other southern entrance is the Thomas Knob Shelter, which is where we're gonna stay for tonight. So we've got roughly about another 4 miles to go for the day. Part way up the climb past Wise Shelter. Yeah. Temperature's probably dropped, I'd say it's 60 maybe, and windy. Oh my gosh, you know, we're getting kind of on the top of everything now where you can see off forever. But they're talking about thunderstorms tonight, chance of thunderstorms this afternoon. We still have about probably 4 miles to the shelter, maybe a little less, 3.5. We've just been climbing since Wise Shelter. It's been nonstop. Got a little bit left to go today. Hopefully this particular climb is done, because it was a long one. Yeah. I think we have made it to the top of this particular climb. Whew. Getting chilly!
Top of the world.
I think we might put a long shirt on and a wind jacket. It's cold. I think what we're doing is heading up there. I'll show you Bob's right there. And I think we're heading over yonder. Maybe all the way up there. As you can see, I've gotten warmer. It was really windy. Temperature had dropped dramatically. I was all sweaty in a t-shirt. It wasn't working for me. I am very comfortable right now, which is kind of nice. But no rain yet though. Everybody's dressed up in their rain gear thinking it's going to come any minute. Maybe it is, but so far we've been lucky. You know, honestly, we've been in Grayson Highlands State Park. I've been waiting for all these great views and the ponies to be licking Bob and all that kind of stuff, and we haven't had any or any. I don't know, maybe they're still coming up beyond here, but so far it's been a little bit of a disappointment. Pony. Bob taking a picture of the pony. And there's a little baby too. Ponies of Grayson Highlands with a baby. It's kind of a bonus. Well, I don't know how accurate it is, but that's a significant milestone. Made out of horse dung. 500-mile marker. I assume what that means is 500 miles from Springer, and I think that's accurate according to the guidebook, so that's pretty darn cool. Somebody framed it in a square with a big pile of horse dung. Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah, here's the whole thing. We've been walking, and we came from up there on top of that thing, and I'm pretty sure we're heading up there on top of that thing. Coming up on the southern end of the Grayson Highlands. Heading right up on top of that hill behind Bob. That's where we're going. Well, here's the up close and personal view. This is like literally right after we exited the park. Came up the trail a little, got this angle. Look at the baby. And this guy over here, let's just say he's cost me my G rating. Well, after the ponies, it's been brutal uphill. No views really either. Kind of see Bob up there, gives you an idea of the terrain. And the weather report, Bob got some cell phone coverage back there. Basically looking at 100% chance of rain by 6 o'clock. And it's about 3 o'clock. People we saw coming the other way over this peak said when they were here it was just misting really heavily. We should get to the shelter long before that, so hopefully we'll get there before the rain. We'll have to see what it's like, but we may just be staying in the shelter there tonight. See when we get there. Bob's disappearing into the clouds. It's getting cold too, by the way. Cloudy, misty stuff is making the temperature drop like crazy. So it's getting chilly again. Oh boy. Here's the scene. It's foggy. And it's cold. Get more foggy. I don't know if you can see that. Barely see that white blaze off in the distance, but what you can't feel is this basically in a cloud, and this, even though it's not like a rain, it's like a very wet air. I don't know how far we got to go to the shelter, but that was a steep climb. There's not much left. This is the highest terrain around, at least what we can see. Where's the high point, Bob?
This spot right here. That's as high as I'm going. It's all down here from here.
You can barely see it through the cloud, but there's a stick with a AT marker on it. I assume we're heading that way. Got a little ways to go yet to the shelter, and we in the clouds. Nothing to see, unfortunately. Well, we were wrong. That wasn't the highest point we were going to go. As is the case, I've learned with the AT, if they can find something higher to route the trail over, that's exactly what they're going to do. There was something higher to go over, so we're going up steep again. See? You can't see anything. Kind of cool in its own way, though. I was just hoping for this, I think, the area where we would have gotten awesome views. We got nothing. After much more up, after we thought we were done with up, that is the top. I'm not sure how much down we have left, or if it's flat or rocky or what, but we're done climbing. So, not only was it not all kind of that steep uphill, it was also like that. But these would be the money shot views, by the way, up here. Photographer's dream. Really sad. What do you think that would look like if we could actually see anything? We are literally at the highest point up here. It would be spectacular. Not for us. Kind of a significant milestone here. This is known as the Fat Man Squeeze.
Yeah.
Oh my, yeah.
Oh, suck. Oh, legs don't want to do that right now.
Sure. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah. Almost dropped it. Safety strap just saved my my D810. Can you see the next white blaze? Because we can't. We can follow the trail, so that's giving us some confidence, but it's fogging in even more. And it's starting to rain a little bit. And we're a lot farther from the shelter than we thought. The Fat Man Squeeze gave us a reference point. It's actually 1.8 miles from the shelter. Don't know where Bob went. He's disappeared into the fog. Well, that's about the best sight I think I've ever seen in my life. We're actually inside the shelter. Thomas Knob shelter, and I'm doing my Endurox R4. The reason we're in the shelter is it's raining on and off. That's what it looks outside. Well, you can see the setup up here. A couple hammocks. That's where I'm sleeping. A lot nicer than putting wet gear away in the morning. We're in the shelter. The scene at the shelter. That's the trail. That's where we'll be heading down tomorrow. Well, that sound is the sound of us making a good decision to be in the shelter right now. Pretty darn happy we're in the shelter right now instead of out with the tent and everything getting wet. Not the nicest up here on the second floor, kind of dark and all that, but we're warm and dry and comfortable, and that'll be a nice soothing sound when we're heading to bed here tonight.
Oh, you're not a thru-hiker until you've like stayed at a town for a week and just got sucked up and like
sucked into a
vortex. Yeah. Town vortex.
A town that you didn't even plan on staying in.
And it doesn't have to be bad, but just something random for them to be like, well, she's a little couple cookies shy of a,
By then you probably will be.
Right?
That's a good one. I'm not still room upstairs. I started April 11th. Yeah.
There's 2 people and 2 hammocks upstairs.
Walking is fun.
Walking is fun. It is nice to have a...
See you guys. Good luck. You'll find a spot. See you guys.
Have a good one.
There were a couple of young hikers that decided to move on right in the rain, and she did not seem too happy about it. So
you think she wasn't happy then? Think how she is right now.
He's getting an earful right now
about what he's getting
because she wanted to stay and he wanted to move on.
I heard him saying, "Hey, look, it's cleared off. It's gonna be fun."
Heavy. but really nice.
That's the scene outside. Very much light outside, but it is kind of cold in here, damp. We've done our mice prevention. Food bags hanging from a, probably all really hard to see, but it's a mice-proof hanger, so to speak. We've had instructions on how to leave our zippers open and our hip pouches on our packs to make sure the mice can go in there and not chew through your pack to get it. Crazy stuff. Shelter life on the AT.
It's nothing, yeah, it's neat out, isn't it? Yeah.
Good morning. Good morning from Thomas Knob Shelter, day number 3 on the AT. What a difference a day makes, huh? Absolutely gorgeous morning. It's going to be a beautiful day. We're just getting going. It's beautiful not to have all our gear wet. There's some ponies down there.
See you down the trail.
Yep. Not sure if he's talking to us or a horse. We got a little visitor this morning. Tasty hiker. This is a mutually beneficial arrangement. The little horsey's getting some salt for the morning, and the hiker's getting his morning bath. What? We are hiking. Day number 3, just getting started. Thomas Knob Shelter, leaving it behind. It's not perfect being in a shelter, but it was a good learning experience. First time I've done one. Should be a long day. We're heading to Lost Mountain Shelter, but we're going to make every effort to get beyond that to try to make tomorrow a little shorter day. So, not a bad day on the AT, huh? Those are all the views we would have had all day yesterday that we didn't get. But what do you taste? Not a bad view, even if you have to do it over the hood of a horse. Hey, hey! All right, I think we move on now.
He's chewing it.
We got a third joining us, Bob. Make a run for it! Well, for those of you who missed my formal pack explosion video on YouTube, I thought I'd do an informal one out here on the trail. Left camp with all my warmest stuff on my wind jacket, and it took that one hill to make me realize I needed my short sleeve shirt, and I don't have it. Not only did I have to do the impromptu pack explosion on the trail, now I have to walk back to the shelter past that crazy pony. I gotta have that short sleeve shirt. It's supposed to be in the mid 80s or close to 80 here the next couple of days, so I'm heading back. I'm going northbound. Made it back from the shelter. It wasn't there. I'm pretty darn sure my shirt was in my sleeping bag. Also did a little body inspection here, and Bob found a little oopsie. Sure to cause some enjoyment today, I'm sure.
That's gonna be fun.
We are rolling again. Like 35 minutes into our hike now, and we've logged a grand total of 1/10 of a mile on the trail. The views this morning aren't so bad, even though the distance so far hasn't been too impressive. Well, this is what we're hiking in right now. Very, very pleasant. We're probably about 2.5 miles from Thomas Knob Shelter. As you can see, it is an absolutely spectacular day. So far, good day number 3. A lot of it left to do. Nice little area. Just came out of the woods, getting into the views. It's just beautiful. When we came out from there, we started way back up in the high area back there. Came out on this open spot and just views all around. I have a feeling we're heading up there. I think that might be called White Top Mountain. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous area, man. Look at this day. Kind of makes up for yesterday a little bit. No complaints today, that's for sure. Heading down towards the road. I don't know what road it is. But bathrooms probably means wastebaskets maybe. But what a view from up here. Jeez. Really, really pretty today. Always fun when you make it to a road. I think this is called Elk Garden. Not sure what road it is, but a substantial one, and I've heard there's a wastebasket in that bathroom. So, heading up White Top Mountain in this beautiful pine forest right now. One of the beautiful things about it is we got shade. It really helps because it's getting much warmer, and you know, I think we're in the woods all the time, but here the leaves haven't really come out yet. The leaves are always out with pine trees. It gives you nice shade, and it is so much cooler. Really helps with this climb. Really slow progress today. The good news is, once we get over the top of this, it's pretty much all downhill. We just hit the summit of at least this climb over White Top Mountain, and this is what we see. And now we're going down 2,000 vertical feet. Pretty long climb, but grade wasn't too bad. But wow, look at this. Pretty spectacular, especially after a day like yesterday. Heading down with views. Oh man, the long-awaited downhill hasn't happened yet. We're supposed to be on like a 2,300 vertical foot descent here over the rest of the day, and it hasn't happened yet. Well, I don't often do a lot of panorama shots, but look at this little spot we found in 360 direction. Anywhere you look. We've decided that pine trees are our friend. It's really hot. We're at the base of that descent, a very long descent from White Top Mountain, 2,300 vertical feet. Warning to all you nobos out there. Definitely hitting that end of the day, I want to be done mode. These pine trees, they're nice. There isn't really much shade anywhere else, and it was probably as we descended that 2,300 vertical feet, it got a lot warmer, and I'll bet it's near 80. If all goes well, what we're planning to do is get to the shelter, take a maybe half an hour break, regroup, recover a little bit, get some water, some snacks, some food, and then try to press on for maybe another hour. Getting near the end of day number 3, and I'm pretty happy for it, but boy, it was a spectacular day with the views. He's just kidding, everyone. He's feeling fine. But these roads, I'll tell you, they make you think about things. Not only is it kind of cool just to come out on a road, sign of civilization, but this one means we're exactly 1.1 miles from the shelter, and this is the start of the climb. We're most of the way up that little 300-foot climb. Day number 3 is, at least to here, I think, we'll see how we feel, but we're probably going to press on, assuming we make some sort of a recovery. We're a good chunk of the way up that little 300-foot hill. We made it to the Lost Mountain Shelter.
Tough socks, which
really
they do that almost.
Neat little setting here. There's the privy, and then there's tons of open area for camping. Really pretty. We are officially into bonus miles. Left the Lost Mountain Shelter. We're heading towards a reported stream and campsite. We rested at the shelter, got some water, got cleaned off a little bit, got the packs off for 20 minutes or so. It's amazing what kind of a recovery you can make after just something as simple as that. We're both feeling good about pressing on, and this will make tomorrow a lot more enjoyable day, I think. Wee bit of a climb to start out from the shelter, but then after this, then it's all downhill. We have found our home for the night. Ideal spot. You can see hikers still going by, but in a little rhododendron thing here. Got plenty of daylight left. Get everything organized and get comfortable, maybe get a fire built. We are so happy. So we cut a little bit of distance off for tomorrow. Good call, good day. Beautiful third day on the AT. It's not much, but it's our home for tonight. A little cramped, but we've got a little fire ring here. It's a little out of the camera. Trail is literally 10 feet to the left of the camera. Get some dinner and get to bed and get going on day number 4, heading down to Damascus tomorrow. Can't argue with that. Boiling the water for our gourmet mountain house beef stroganoff with noodles. This is the cheddar cheese spread that we'll have with Ritz crackers before the mountain house. Bob is lounging in the hammock.
So we got a little ahead of ourselves. We wolfed down all the cheese spread before we turned the camera on. Oops.
Not all of it.
Oops.
I'm still digging for it. That's good. Wow, that was so good. Good morning. Day number 4 on the Appalachian Trail in the Grayson Highlands, about 14 miles from Damascus, pretty much all downhill. It was a great night last night, great dinner, nice campfire, very comfortable spot here, stream in the background that you might be able to hear. It's been a great trip so far, got one more day left, and pretty pumped about it.
Oh, standing up hurt. Oh.
Yes, it did for me too.
I got old man issues this morning.
Actually having Mountain House scrambled eggs and bacon, so get that going first, and then I'll use the rest of the coffee for my Dunkin' Donuts coffee. Too bad you don't like coffee.
No, I don't like coffee.
This does nothing for you, right?
Enough, yeah.
Ah, the moment we've been waiting for, or at least the moment I've been waiting for.
What's this wee part?
Dunkin' Donuts coffee. It's good, but it's really hot.
So it's tape morning.
It's Leuco tape time.
Leuco tape. I was using duct tape for the last couple of days, and it just doesn't stay on once you get sweaty and wet. So this Leuco tape is the bomb.
It's almost impossible to get it off your skin. We are packed up and ready to go for day number 4. Day number 4 on the Appalachian Trail, heading to Damascus.
All right.
Let's go.
Vámonos.
Here's the scene. A lot of rhododendron. Pretty though. You can already tell it's going to be a hot one. It's supposed to be even hotter today than it was yesterday, and you can tell there's more humidity in the air.
That would have sucked right in front of the camera. Sucked for me, not for you.
We'll freeze that look on your face when you slip. Pretty little area. Walking the creeper trail. The AT and the creeper trail are joined here for a while, heading south.
This will literally take you all the way to Damascus, but
yeah,
there's no problem.
Cool. Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Hey, have a good day.
You too.
Morning.
Morning.
Well, this is a very significant milestone. The Appalachian Trail southbound heads up that way, and the creeper trail down to Damascus. That's this guy. Well, what do you think, Bob? We could go the Creeper Trail, but being purists, we really need to do the AT. So it'd be a lot easier going down the Creeper Trail, but I think we both feel bad.
My feet are loving the Creeper Trail. It's smooth, it's flat, nice steady grade into town.
Tough call, man. What do you think? Rock, paper, scissors?
Rock, paper, scissors. All right, let's see what we got here.
Okay, ready?
Yes! We're taking the Creeper Trail!
I don't think I can, Bob. I'll see you in Damascus.
Okay, see you there.
Well, we didn't really split up. That was purely for entertainment value. You can see we're staying on the Creeper Trail. A lot of reasons for that. It's unbelievably pleasant hiking. Bob's feet are sore. We are not AT purists. We are not through hikers. We've done the Grayson Highlands section. They're going to have the argument of purist versus non-purist, but it doesn't really apply to Bob and I because we're just out having fun making movies anyway. So we're on our way to Damascus on the Creeper Trail. Kind of a cool little spot here, huh? This tree, can't really see it in this, but it's covered in butterflies. This is called the Little Cabin on the Trail. You know, got some civilization. This is the little town of Taylor's Valley, or Taylor Valley. We were kind of hoping maybe they had a hot dog stand. A hot dog and a cold Coke, or maybe even a cold beer stand. Doesn't look like it. Looks like a collection of houses with one church. Kind of cool, coming upon some civilization. Oh, oh, hand. Oh. I don't know if you can see this sign. It says world famous chocolate something and hand dipped ice cream. Creeper Trail Cafe. Bob, there's a decision point. We've already made the decision.
Creeper Trail Cafe. That way.
Virginia Creeper Cafe. Hi.
You are our favorite people today.
That is for sure. We'll just have one of everything. You want to split a plate?
What? Nothing.
Well, there's your traditional backpacking meal. Are we happy we found the Creeper Trail Cafe?
We're very happy,
This is
yes, indeed.
awesome. You are kidding me.
Best diversion ever.
Just like Mountain House. Oh my gosh. What a score. That may have been the greatest trail magic in my backpacking career. Actually, I think it certainly was. Oh, we are happy, 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 but we still have about 6 miles to go.
Yeah,
And
happy is relative.
now we're going to be paying the price for those bacon cheeseburgers. I don't know if you can tell, but it is hot.
I'm feeling it.
It's just a great stop at the Creeper Trail Cafe if you find yourself on the Virginia Creeper. What?
Cold drinks, cake.
We just had a bacon
We just ate at the cafe.
Don't worry about that.
Actually, if I would have seen you before we saw that, that's what I was wanting to get. I had dreams of hot dogs.
Water in the white?
A hot dog and a drink.
Okay. It's donation only. It's for the church.
All right. Double score. I've been dreaming of that.
I don't know.
I'm not sure that was such a good plan. Kind of got the zombie shuffle going on, but kind of cool little area here. A little less than 4 miles to go to Damascus. Bob's feet are killing him. Mine are getting to about the same state. It is beautiful. It's hot. sign's kind of a sight for sore eyes. 1 more mile. And as you can see, it's not the most pleasant mile hiking we've had here.
2017.
Hey. 1 more mile to go to Damascus. Can't wait to get there. I'm ready to be done at this point. This is not the most pleasant section of our hike. We made it!
Oh, holy cow.
But hey, that's the end game here. Actually, we got about another half mile to go to our.
What?
Bob's stopping here.
You said this was it.
Finish line. I'm going to get the car and come back and get Bob. No, we made it. We made it, man.
I'll crawl the last half mile if I have to.
We almost made it.
Woo, we made it.
Perfect timing. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's starting to rain. You can probably see the big old raindrops. And we are at the Hiker Inn, our destination.
Virginia Creeper.
Oh, and Bob found Virginia Creeper. He's been looking for it the whole trip. The Hiker Inn in the rain. What timing. I mean, it literally is just starting now. Wow, we made it. Appalachian Trail, Grayson Highlands. What a trip. It had its ups and downs, that's for sure. Boy, that second day when we were going through the real picturesque area and it was all in the clouds, man, I was just crushing. But then next day made up for it with just incredible views, incredible weather. The Creeper Trail, kind of a last minute alternate route we decided to take, was just an absolute joy, fabulous decision. Appalachian Trail 2017, another great hike. Really enjoyed it.